Hey, everybody. Let's do this. Right? Yeah. Get a few people going here this morning. Talk to these people. Got a whole lot happening. And get all this done. Yep. And that ought to do us for today. Get those folks brought in. Hey, everybody. So it's good to see you guys. Hey, Patty, Bethany, Brenda. Nice to see you, Miss Brenda Green. How you doing? Always good to see you. So Krypto Kris here with Let's Talk, and it is a beautiful, dark, drizzly, rainy day here today. And we need that. We need the water, right? We need to allow our plants and grass and things to grow. So that's a good thing. We are currently solo today. We have no Krypto Joe today due to the incidents that happened yesterday. For those of you who don't know, his car caught on fire and he was trapped and had to actually kick his way out. Which is nuts, right? So that little PTSD thing kind of kicked in, and yeah, he's a little not himself, and that's okay. You know, we can't always be ourselves, and so I told him, take the day, don't even worry about it. I got it. So today I want to talk about business, and mostly what I want to talk about is why. Why business? Why the business that you're choosing, right? And so for me, hey, Cornelius, nice to see you. Hey, Terry, nice to see you. For me, I've chosen businesses that that work well with me, right? So I've chosen the type of businesses that allow me to help the masses. So it's not just enough for me as a person to be in business just for myself. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people out there, and I'm not one of them, that says, oh, I'm not in it for the money. No, I'm absolutely in business for the money. Okay. If I wasn't in business for the money, I might as well sit on my couch and watch TV all day long. Right. But I am in business for the people. Okay. And for helping others. And so my why is kind of crazy. My why talks more about that than it does the money, right? So, hey, Whitney White, you good-looking thing, you. I loves you. Hey, sexy. I ain't seen you in a hot minute. We're gonna have to catch up. Mwah. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't know, but Miss Whitney White, we've been friends for a long time. We haven't had an opportunity to catch up with each other for a minute, but yeah, I see her post and stuff. I know what she's up to. So, your why. So my why, an example of my why goes a little something like this. It's my mission to help as many people as I can to find greatness and change their lives for themselves and their family any way that I can. Changing my family's life as well, creating riches for all. So, you know, I put that on a card just so everybody could see. I put that on a card. I keep it beside my computer, you know, because we all have days where we feel like, you know what, we're not doing anything to help other people, or we're not moving forward, or we feel stagnant, or we feel negative, or we ask ourselves, and don't even lie and say you've never asked yourself this question. Why am I doing this? Every single person on here right now, and everybody that gets the replay for this, has asked themselves that question at least once in their lifetime. Okay. And so for me, I don't want to ask myself why. I don't ever want to get into that funk, right? So when something happens, or I get out of my flow, or my car gets knocked sideways into a different lane, I just glance over and I read my why real quick, right? And you know, a lot of times I'll read it out loud. Why would I read it out loud? Why would I even bother? Sorry about that, y'all. I had earbuds in both ears, one wireless and one wired. Why would I even read it out loud? Well, I'll tell you exactly why I read it out loud. I read it out loud because my subconscious mind has an old blueprint in it that I am in the process of reprogramming. Okay, it's kind of like a computer that maybe was running Windows and it was running XP, and we're all the way up on Windows 10. Okay, so the old blueprint in my brain, in my subconscious brain that's back here, it puts up red flags. Okay, and those red flags will cause me to make decisions and or to go in directions simply because it's what happens when the old blueprint kicks in. So the old blueprint, what is the old blueprint? Well, first of all, our brains are very addicted to certain things right off the bat. Just know that each and every one of us are addictive personalities, okay? And our brain likes the way it feels when it produces certain peptides, okay? So for instance, we'll pick on some people. We'll say a person that is used to being in a relationship that's abusive, and all of a sudden they're not in an abusive relationship anymore. They don't have anybody belittling them or berating them or calling them ugly names or whatever the case may be, right? They may do something because the brain is starving. It's addicted. It's like a drug addict without its drug, and it's going, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. So, you know, feed me Seymour comes to mind when I think about that. But, you know, back here in the back of your mind, your brain needs that peptide. So maybe the new relationship, maybe you'll say something that will cause the other person to blow up, feeding the brain, the subconscious, those peptides that it so desperately needs, it's addicted to, okay? So know that you cannot rewrite your blueprint. You cannot change your subconscious mind overnight. It's impossible, okay? There are steps, there are processes to it. And so one of my steps, one of my processes is my why on a card, where I can glance over at it and get myself back in the right lane, get myself back in the flow of things like that, okay? And that's very important to me, because most people that know me, or most people that are around me, they automatically go right to the fact that they say, well, Kris, you're such a positive person. You're always upbeat. You're always thinking the best of people, situations, and things. You know what? It's a lot of work, okay? Honestly, it's a lot of work. And Pepe, what's up, cousin? I see you. It's a lot of work. And so when I have days much like today, right? And I'm in just so everybody here knows, I'm in a mental fast. I'm on a mental diet of negativity. So I can't think anything negative. I can't say anything negative. I can't refer to anything that's negative. So I've had to be very resourceful in choosing the words that I use to describe certain situations, such as our weather today, right? And so our weather today is in the mode of creating rain and in the mode of giving Mother Earth what she needs so that she can grow the things that we need that provide us things such as oxygen and stuff of that nature, right? So you see how I had to progressively go very positive with that. And ordinarily what most people would say, right, is it's a dark and dismal rainy day today. I mean, that's what most people would say, but that's negative, okay? That's negative. And so our old blueprint says, give me what I need. I need that peptide. I'm addicted to that peptide from that negative emotion. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Well, you can't, okay? You've got to get away from it. You've got to separate yourself from the others, right? How do you do that? Well, you get a new blueprint. How do you get a new blueprint? You take steps every day, right, towards what you want to be, not who you are, okay? So what is this 7-day diet that I'm on, the mental mental negativity diet, 7 days consecutively. Well, it goes like this. Every time a negative thought creeps into your head and you can't replace it with something positive and beautiful, in 6 seconds or less, you have to start over. I started this on Monday of this week, and I think I lost track at starting over Monday at like 23 or 24 times. Okay. And so every time that you do that, you have to say, okay, now I got to start over. And you start over and you see how long you can go. And you it's fun to kind of keep track. I didn't realize, being the person that I am and being told all the time how positive I am, I guess I brainwashed myself into thinking that I was one of the most positive people on the planet, right? And so when I started this, I thought, well, this is going to be a piece of cake. It's not. It's not even anywhere near a piece of cake, okay? And so, we as human beings, we say that our bodies are made of what we eat. Well, let me just tell you, what we think is even as important or equally important, even probably more important. And so if you can do this mental diet, then you have really, really got a lot going on for you. A lot going on for you. Hey, Mafu, it's good to see you. Paul Everard, I see you sneaking in, brother. Nice to see you. We'll talk today. Let's talk. I want to get up with you today, please, sir. Reach out. So the why on the card helps me. Again, I keep referring back to my why on the card beside my computer screen, helps me to get back to why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. So I choose businesses that, yes, are going to put money in my pocket and are going to do well for my family. But more importantly, because I can do just about any business I set my mind to, okay? I can be successful and am successful in any business that I join because I know that I can and because nothing's going to stop me. And you can't tell me that I can't do it because I'm going to prove it to you, right? So, but what's more important for me is getting involved in businesses that other people, average people, even people that have never owned their own business or owned a home-based business can be successful from. So I choose things wisely and I get involved in stuff that sets the average person up for success, okay? So I make sure that I have things in place, tools in place. I have a toolbox. I've got skills that I can pass along. Anyone who wants to be successful can be successful in the home-based industry. Is it happen overnight? Do you go from making nothing from home to $100,000 a month overnight? Absolutely not. Okay. What I want people to understand is it's a very viable way of creating income, looking out for your family, and building a legacy that's going to live on long after you're gone. Okay. And so this is the thing that we need to incorporate into our businesses, because I'm going to tell you something. Let me get a good sip of this here coffee right quick. Oh, that's good stuff right there. The only thing that'd be better would be a nice espresso this morning. So how do you set yourself up to be successful in business? Well, first you figure out why you're doing it. Okay. Let's pick a business. Let's say you want to be part of a home shopping club. Okay. I don't know if anybody's part of a home shopping club here, but we're going to use that as an example. Why would you want to be part of a home shopping club? Well, first and foremost, you're going to learn to pay yourself to shop, right? Everybody here shops. Everybody. Now, am I talking about anything specific? No, not at the moment. Okay. But just roll with me here. Okay. Everybody shops. This is the most crazy, busiest time of the year right now. So that's why I picked a home shopping club, right? So from now to the end of the year, people are going to do more shopping than they've done probably all year. They're going to buy for people that they haven't bought for all year. They're going to spend more money than they've spent all year, right? Because there's this little thing coming along called Christmas, and they put up this, triangular looking thing. And if you're like me, it spins around on a stand and you look at it and say, oh, how pretty. And you put all these boxes and bags and things under your tree full of all these things that you've gone shopping for. Now, the average person like you and I, we're not getting paid to shop. We're not getting a discount. We're not getting kickbacks, right? But there are people out there that have those businesses that do that. So if I'm looking for a business and I'm looking for a home shopping business, I'm going to look for the best home shopping business, right? And I'm going to look for the best return on my money, right? So that might be one of the things that I want to do. So that would be for me personally. Now, how would that help other people? Well, if I'm telling my friends, and look, guys, if you're on Facebook and you have 2,500 people on your Facebook page and you don't call them friends, then you've missed the whole social media movement, okay? So a lot of people say, well, I don't have people, when you start talking about home-based businesses or direct selling, they say, well, I don't have a lot of people around me in my inner circle that I can talk to, and I really don't want to talk to friends and family. That's fine. You have other ways to do that, right? So we'll talk about Facebook for a second. You can reach out to people. This is the time of the year, okay? We're just talking right now. We're specifically just talking, okay? And we're talking about a home shopping club, right? So who on Facebook is not going to shop between now and the end of the year? Come on, be real, be serious. I'm being sincerely serious. Everybody's going to, okay? Everybody's going to buy a gift for somebody. Now, why not get paid for it? Hey, Shelly, good to see you. Tanya, it's good to see you too, babe. So, that might be a good business. It's also a good business to talk about at this time of the year, okay? It's also really great when your home shopping club has, I don't know, the biggest names in the industry, and you're going to get paid 6% back of your purchase. Wow, right? So I say all of this to paint the picture of getting involved with a business that kind of resonates with you, that you like. If you like to shop, then get in a shopping club. If you like health and wellness, get into health and wellness. If you're a financial person, get into the financial industry. It doesn't matter. It all works the same, y'all. But what I'm going to tell you is that if you can't figure out, Miss Diana Townsend, I see you. Hey there. If you can't figure out exactly how it's going to help other people, and you're going to use it to help other people, it's the wrong business. Go back to the drawing board, go back to your desk, sit down, look at your options again, think about things, look at things, know that there are things that are going to resonate with people at different times. Seasons have a lot to do with businesses, right? Seasons affect all businesses, okay? So you might want to, if you're like most people, make the most amount of money that you can. So you need to compare and you need to shop wisely. And if someone comes to you, hey, Tanya, if someone comes to you and they want you to talk about a business with them, then you need to open your mouth. You really need to be involved. You really need to understand the business. You need to ask the questions, right? You need to know how you're going to make money. You need to know how your people are going to make money. You need to know exactly how much money you can expect to make, right? So know these things. Don't get involved with stuff that, it sounds really great, but at the end of the day, it's probably not, okay? Now, there's things you want to look at. There are always things you want to look at when you're looking at businesses. You want to look at, if it's a business that sells stuff, right? Home shopping club, right? What is the retention rate? What is the retention rate of the people as customers? Because at the end of the day, if you don't have any customers, you don't have business, right? I mean, seriously, think about that. You don't have any customers, you don't have any business. So what is the retention rate? How many people get involved in the business as opposed to just want to be a customer with the business? How long has the business been in business? Is it a new business? Is it an old business? Is it a veteran business? All these things, they should, notice I said should, they should be important to you. They should be the things that you want to know about in order to be successful. Now, I'm going to read that mission statement again because a lot of people have joined since then. And so this is just an example of a why. I said a mission statement, and for me, it is a mission statement. Okay. So for those of you who joined, I was talking about why we join businesses and how we get into businesses. And I showed everybody that I have a card that I wrote my why on, and I keep it beside my computer monitor right? My laptop monitor. And an example of one of my whys is this. It's my mission. It's my mission to help as many people as I can to find greatness and change their lives for themselves and their family any way I can. Changing my family's life as well, creating riches for all. Okay? That's a powerful statement. It's a powerful why. When I get off track, I can read that. I'm right back on track. It's let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay? Now, what I want to say about that is my why is not your why. Okay? We're two different people. Okay? Maybe your why is you want to pay off your $200,000 home note. And so you've got an amount of money and you've got a date and you're working against all of that to get out of that debt. So how are you going to do that? Well, your why might incorporate the date and the amount. So a specific amount that you want to reach by a specific date. Okay. And if I had a $200,000 house note, and let's say it's a 30-year mortgage, which I don't, but if I did, I would say that I want to pay that sucker off as fast as possible, right? So maybe I'm the guy that wants to pay it off in 7 years. So I'm going to go to January of 2019. I'm going to go 7 years from that. That's going to be my 7-year mark. $200,000 is my payoff. So I'm going to put that as my specific amount. So it might go something like this. It's my mission to create $200,000 by January 30th of 2026. That's a good guess, right? 2026. Along the way, sharing and helping others create financial independence for themselves and their families, leaving a legacy behind for generations to come. You see, do you feel the power in that? Do you feel the positivity in that? Do you feel the give and take in that? There's give and take there, y'all. Okay? You're taking, right? You're taking $200,000 and you're paying it off in 7 years, but you're giving of yourself, you're showing, you're teaching, you're mentoring other people to create this financial income that you've learned to create with the business that you chose. Goosies, y'all, goosies. How much more powerful can that get? Look, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to be wildly successful. And I'm going to say that again. You're never going to be wildly successful if you don't give more than you take. You got to give it to get it, y'all. You got to give it to get it. All right? And I just want to lay it out there. You can be successful in anything you choose. Anything you choose. As long as you reprogram this. Because see, the subby's back here. But you want to think with this part of your brain, which is your frontal lobe. Okay? You want to make all your decisions with your frontal lobe. Okay? Not your subconscious mind. Subby makes up its mind in 6 to 7 seconds. Serious. 6 to 7 seconds. So you got to reprogram this thing to give you more time, number one. And number two, to recognize opportunity. Okay? To where you can think and make decisions with your frontal lobe. All right? Hugely important. Hugely important. Now, I say all of this because, as you all know, Joe and I like to get on and we like to talk about business and we like to help people. And we created this to get to know people, okay? But we also had an idea in our minds that we were going to help change the lives of people. And so we're going to get back to sharing stuff just like this. More grassroots, I guess, okay? The show is Crypto Let's Talk, and we're not out of crypto by any means, and we're looking at new stuff every day. There's people on here right now that can tell you that I've talked to them today about new things that's happening and new stuff that's coming and all of that. I believe that our world is going to crypto, and crypto is going to be a huge a monetary shift, if you will, in the financial sector. So I'm not getting out of that. Okay. I also believe that 99% of people need education. So, where are you going to get a dependable education? Well, you better get it from somebody you trust and something that's tried and true. That's what I'm going to tell you. So I can vouch for KGX, and I can vouch for the fact that it has helped me make money in the crypto industry. So yeah, we're going to talk about cryptos. Okay, we'll give you little tidbits here and there. We'll talk about what we think and how we're doing. But really, the biggest thing that everybody has been missing from the start of this show is the let's talk part. Let's talk. And so a lot of you will comment over here in the comment section, and I greatly appreciate that. I love that because I feed off of that. And I know by your comments if what I'm saying is relevant or if I need to shift gears and go to something else. Okay. And because of you guys' comments and because of things that you interact back and forth with me in the comment section, I'm able to guide that conversation in a way that's going to be great for you and for me. Okay, so I'm giving. This is one of the things that I'm doing. I'm giving of my time, okay, and my knowledge and my expertise in certain areas. Okay, hey, Michael Glass. So, business is business. Bullshit is bullshit. Let's keep it that way. Okay, and I apologize for the beep word. Beep. Maybe I need to put on the replay adult language contained. Listen in private, right? But and I said that because it's the only word that I know to put in there. Joe and I joke around a lot and say we take the BS out of business, right? We really do. We want to get to the facts. We want to get to the productive activities. We want to get to the things that's consistently making us money on a daily basis. If you're not doing these things, you're never going to be successful. But above and beyond that, if you're not willing to help people and give more than you get, you can throw the success right out the back door because it ain't coming. It ain't coming through the front door, I'm telling you now. Okay? So if you feel blocked, if you feel like you're not getting where you want to go, if you feel like you're not receiving the amount that you feel you should be receiving, then I'd go check my giving box. Okay? Is there more giving in that box? Is that box overflowing? Is that box something you're proud of? Or is that box something you need to work on? All right? I'm just keeping it real. Hey, it is Let's Talk after all. Okay? And you have to be willing to give more than you're receiving. And you know what's funny about that is miraculously, the universe will start to give you way more because you're giving way more. It's a crazy thing. The more you give, the more you get. I am not lying. Okay? This is nuts, but it's nuts in a good way. All right? So let's all make it our mission today to get an index card, write your why on your index card, and put it somewhere where you're going to see it. Okay. Now, Michael Glass, that might be beside the helm for you, brother. I'm not sure. You don't really use a lot of computers anymore on that sailboat, and you're just kind of sailing here, there, and everywhere. So you might better use some tape and tape it beside the wheel where you can look at it so that you can keep your vision of your why, Michael. I'm picking on Michael. He's a good buddy, a long-time friend. You know what I find ironic is a lot of my old-time friends are starting to show up. A lot of people that I met years and years and years ago are coming around and saying, hey, hadn't talked to you in a while. And what's honestly weird, and you can ask any of my old-time friends, Michael Glass will be glad to tell you, he's one of them. We picked up exactly where we left off. It was years. We didn't talk for a couple years. We picked up exactly where we left off some years back. And it's been, we've been in constant contact ever since. But that's what true friendship is about. True friendship doesn't have to speak on a daily basis to one another. True friendship doesn't have to check in every day on one another. True friendship doesn't have to wonder, well, are they out playing with somebody else rather than me today? That's nuts. That's crazy. We don't have time for that stuff. We're real friends, okay? We're the kind of friends that say, hey, I got an extra $100,000. Where do I put it? What are you doing to make money? Okay? That's the kind of friends that I like to have, all right? So Whitney White, Michael Glass. Oh, there was a couple other ones on here earlier, but you know, I love you guys, and I thank you guys for being true friends. I appreciate and I value our friendship, and I hold it dear to my heart. So I want everybody to get a card today when they get off of here. Before you put your head on the pillow tonight, I want everybody to get one of these little index cards, and I just want you to scribble out your why. And you may not know what your why is. You know, the first one of these cards I wrote, probably, God, I don't even remember. I guess it's been 30 years ago. I was in a group of people. I was in a room. Oh, crap. What's the name of that company? NSA. I was in a group room in NSA. I'd been hired, little to my knowledge did I know that I really wasn't hired. I was an independent contractor, and I was a salesman for them, and I was only going to make money on my commissions, but I didn't know that. I was young and dumb, and I was on fire, and I loved the air filter and water filtration system, and I could sell those things at 2 out of 3 doors that I knocked on everywhere I went, okay, and no one beat me. But guess what? They brought us in on a Saturday, and they said, we want you to sit down and write your why on this index card and give it to us so that we can have it and we can help you grow. I sat in a desk. I did. It was a metal desk, and it had an arm that came around, and then it had a flat surface, kind of like the old-timey school desk. I sat in a desk for 2.5 hours. Everyone else in the room was gone and had gone selling their filtration systems and their water filtration systems. I was still sitting in that desk. I couldn't fill out this card, y'all. It was blank after 2.5 hours. I didn't know what to put on this. Hey, Jeff, trying to sneak in on somebody. Why is that important? It's important because I didn't know what my why was. How in the world was I going to drive my vehicle to success when I didn't know what my why was? Okay. Now, funny thing, you're going to sit down and write one of these before you put your head on your pillow tonight, and I'm trusting that each and every one of you are going to do this. Okay. And you may not know what your why is. Sit with yourself. Listen to this. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is your end goals? Now, here's the real funny part. Okay? These change. Your why today is not your why tomorrow. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it's going to change on a daily basis. Hey, Gloria, I see you sneaking in on me. Sexy. All right. So this may not be your why next year, this time. Okay? This why right here may materialize to a point that you grow beyond the why that's written on the card. That's okay. You know what you do? You sit down and you make another one. Because when this why no longer exists, there has to be another one until you die. Until you die. Okay? Until you die. And I'm going to read my example one more time because there's people coming in and out and in and out and in and out. And my why right now, my why reads like this. It says, it's my mission to help as many people as I can to find greatness and change their lives for themselves and their family any way I can. Changing my family's life as well, creating riches for all involved. Okay? That's huge. That's powerful. I can't read that without getting goosies. I can't read that without feeling good. I can't read that silently or out loud. That doesn't make me want to go help someone. Okay? Remember, read it out loud at least once a day. 30 days of hearing the same thing. Your mind has no defense against your verbal words. Your mind has no defense against your verbal words. Okay? So 30 days. It takes 30 consecutive days to create a new habit. You cannot erase an old habit or a bad habit, y'all, without replacing it with a new one. Okay? 30 days. It's going to change a little piece of this blueprint back here. Okay? And it's going to allow you to think more with this frontal lobe and not so much subby back here in the back of your brain. All right? This has been a great live today. I feel really good about it. I've enjoyed it. I hope all of you all have. If you have, leave some comments, say thank you, you know, put a heart, a thumb, something up, a smiley face. Let people know that you enjoyed the content. If you really, really enjoyed it and got a lot from it, grab it for me. Grab the replay, throw it out to your people. Share it with someone you care about, you know, just one person you care about. You don't ever know whose life you're going to touch. You never know who needs to hear what you have to offer. Sometimes we help others through other people's stuff. Okay, we just bring it forward. We become the messenger. It doesn't always have to be us. It can be other people delivering the message. We're just the passer. Okay, love each and every one of you guys. Love you guys to death. I enjoy doing these. I look forward to 2 o'clock every day. We're about 6 minutes over the 30-minute mark. I'm going to say watch your KGX blog. You know, there's information coming. Watch your email. There's information coming. You've been warned that it's on its way. Okay. I want to say to each one of you all, you're great. You're awesome. You're a rock star. Every single one of you. Pat yourself on the back. Why? Because you did something proactive and positive today for yourself. You got on here not knowing what I would share, but you took a chance that I would deliver a message that you wanted to hear and that you could learn from. So I want to recognize that. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for that, because you are taking your own life and your own business to the next level. Love you guys. Thank you guys. Let's get on some Zooms. Let's talk about how we can help each other. Let's just make a family of love and help, and let's create riches together. There are a lot of stuff out there, y'all. Between now and the end of the year, there's a lot of money to be made. A lot of money. Let's talk about it. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.